Hello everyone, my name is Jason Benjamin and I'm the Executive Director here at Norton Media Center. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Norton Cable Access, I would like to welcome you and thank you for coming tonight to celebrate this year's first Norton Humanitarian Award recipient, Ray Cord. I've had the pleasure of knowing Ray over the past 20 years and I am pleased and excited that he was chosen for this year's inaugural award ceremony. This is an award that we hope will shine a bright light of recognition on the unsung heroes of our community and honor the selfless acts of service that they provide every day for our collective benefit. Now I would like to introduce our MC for this evening's ceremony, Melanie Toll. Melanie is a volunteer for Norton Emergency Management and was one of the individuals who nominated Ray for the award. Take it away.
Well, Ray, as you well know, that is my favorite nickname, Troublemaker. And everyone in this room who knows me knows that's true. I am Melanie Toll, as Jason said. Thank you very much for that introduction. I have been involved with Norton EMA for, I don't know anymore, 5, 6 years or something like that, which doesn't even come close to keeping up with Ray. Tonight I just want to take a moment and express gratitude to the Norton Media Center's Board of Directors who decided to do this award going forward. Kind of exciting and also nerve-wracking to be doing it for the first time. As you know, doing anything the first time is nerve-wracking. I want to acknowledge, though, there are a couple other folks in the room that we are grateful that they could take the time to join us this evening. Not in any particular order, but the first is Massachusetts Emergency Management Representative Nate Cochrane. He is our area coordinator, and so we get to work with Nate an awful lot, and we're at meetings with Nate an awful lot. So we appreciate you taking the time on a Friday night to join us here to honor Ray. We're glad that you could be here. I also want to take a minute to acknowledge Chief Sean Simmons of the Norton Fire Department. Likewise, thank you for taking some time on a Friday evening to join us so that we could do this. We're glad that you could be here. You will get to hear more from Chief Simmons on the video in just a couple of moments. The last set of people that I want to acknowledge this evening are the members of the Norton Emergency Management team who were able to be here tonight. This only represents a portion of this team, but if I could just ask the members to stand up for a second so that folks can see you. Thank you all very much for taking some time out after a long week on a Friday evening to be here. Thank you. So the award itself, being the first time, I thought it would be a good idea to recap what it was that the board was intending to do. The Board of Directors of the Norton Cable Access decided to sponsor this award as a way to shine some light on the volunteers in the community of Norton. I happen to think it's a great place to live. It's a great place to volunteer. And there are some fabulous, amazing people in this town. And so I'm glad that the directors have decided to start this award to spotlight volunteers in our community and to provide public recognition for those individuals who exemplify attributes of kindness, compassion, leadership, humility, and selflessness. Members of the public were asked to submit nominations for this award, and the recipient was chosen by virtue of the number of nominations that were received during that open period. There were a few other people who were nominated, and we hope that they'll be nominated again because this will be an annual event, and so we look forward to honoring more and more of the people of this community who give so very much. And now about this year's recipient, Raymond Cord. Now, I should have probably warned Jason. I am a preacher by trade, and when you give the preacher the floor, you never know what you're going to get. They could go on for hours, and I won't, I promise. Y'all aren't afraid to come and get me anyway, are you? Okay. But a few things before we get to the video presentation that I wanted to share about Ray. There is a lot to be said about this year's Humanitarian Award recipient. He grew up in New York, and he served in the National Guard there. He moved to Norton in 1976, when I was a very small lass, just a few years ago, and he was brought out here because he was working in retail management. Shortly after that, he transitioned into corporate communications and telephone systems, and he did that job for 30-ish years, until he retired. His interest in emergency management began early, while he was still in New York, and back then it was still called civil defense, not emergency management. Ray has been a ham radio operator for many years. He's an active member of the Sturdy Hospital's Ham Radio Club, which supports the hospital as well as the surrounding communities in times of a disaster. Once he retired from his communications career, Ray all of a sudden had all this time that he chose to devote to emergency management. And he began serving the town of Norton and training people in disaster preparedness shortly after the events of September 11th, 2021. No, way earlier than that, 2001. Can't even read my own writing. Since being appointed as the volunteer deputy director of emergency management for the town of Norton, Ray has represented the town as secretary to the Sturdy Ham Radio Club, also as the secretary to the Southeastern Massachusetts Emergency Management Directors Association, fondly known as SEMEMDA, and at countless Massachusetts emergency management meetings, events, and trainings, Ray has represented this community exceptionally well. He has partnered with neighboring communities to enhance our ability to respond in times of disaster and to provide numerous trainings and exercise opportunities to contribute to the readiness of all of our communities to respond in a time of crisis. He participates in the endless process of developing and revising emergency response plans for our community so that everyone is on the same page when things come up. He writes grant applications to secure supplies and equipment to help our community to be better prepared and better able to respond to emergencies. He has also worked tirelessly to develop a well-trained, well-prepared, properly equipped team of volunteers to serve the town of Norton. What is most astonishing, in my own humble opinion, is that he has done all of these things as a volunteer, giving countless thousands of hours over the past 20 years of service to this community. I did try to calculate it out, but I ran out of fingers. But Ray has not done this alone. We can't acknowledge Ray without acknowledging his lovely wife, Carol. They were high school sweethearts, and they have been married for 59 years. They have 2 sons, Ray and Bobby, and we can all acknowledge the importance of a supportive family to enable someone to accomplish great things. Ray's family is no exception. And now I would like you to direct your attention to the screen here because we have a video of some interviews with people who nominated Ray for this award. And I want to express our thanks to Jason Benjamin, the director of the Norton Media Center, for his both filming and also editing of this video.
Hi, my name is Ray Cord, and I'm the Deputy Director of Norton Emergency Management and the Program Manager for the Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT. And I've been nominated for the Norton Humanitarian Award, and I'm thankful for the persons that nominated me, and I'm thankful for all those who wish to vote for me. And you're not just voting for me, you're voting for the team that's behind me. Norton Emergency Management is an all-volunteer agency, and its primary mission is to educate the community into being prepared for emergencies, disasters, things that could befall our community.
I'd like to nominate Ray Cord for consideration for Norton's first annual Humanitarian Award. Ray's our Deputy Director of Emergency Management. This is a volunteer position that he's held for several decades. In Ray's position, he coordinates and leads a great group of volunteers for the benefit and betterment of our community. When people think of emergency management, I think that they're generally associated with disaster types of emergencies. However, they do so much more for our community. They help us during storms, they provide logistics and parking for large events and voting, and providing rehabilitation, which is hydration and nourishment, to first responders during prolonged incidents, just to name a few. Ray is consistently there, and he goes out of his way day or night to coordinate and deliver these services. In addition, he writes and updates various emergency management plans that are required by the state and federal government. He also is on several committees and attends numerous trainings and meetings. He was always there when you need him, to volunteer his time and assist and better our community through volunteering countless hours. I think Ray would be very deserving of this award.
I'm Brian Spangler, live here in town, and nominated Ray Cord for the Humanitarian Award.
Hello, my name is Melanie Toll, and I am part of the Norton Emergency Management Agency. I am here today to talk about Ray Cord, who we nominated to receive the Humanitarian Award.
Hi, my name is Rick Toll. I've been a resident of Norton since 2005. Ray Cord is an amazing leader, and he's amazing at what he does with emergency management.
I just think that Ray exemplifies what it means to be a volunteer. Ray had an extremely accomplished career and could have just called it there, but instead has given so much to the town over the years as the Deputy Director of the Emergency Management Group.
We nominated Ray for this award because of the thousands of hours that he has volunteered for the town of Norton over the last 30 or so years. Not only does Ray work tirelessly for this community, but Ray also represents Norton in regional groups and also with the State Emergency Management Agency as well.
Ray does a lot of work in the background, securing grant funding, making sure the equipment is up and ready to go. He does so much behind the scenes that people don't have any idea.
I've lived in Norton since December of 1976. When we moved to Norton, we were looking for a typical New England town. My wife had a picture of the Courier and Ives postcard or Christmas card where everybody was on the pond skating and they're making marshmallows over the fire. And when we moved to Norton at Christmas time, we came past Charlie Pond and everybody was skating on the pond and had bonfires on the shore. And it fulfilled her dream and our dream of what a peaceful little community was like in New England.
I just think in a time where volunteerism is almost kind of a dying interest, it's so important that towns like Norton have people like Ray to really dedicate their personal time to things that go beyond themselves.
He has helped other communities with all aspects of their emergency management agency operations. It's remarkable how well respected he is personally and how well he represents the town of Norton in those places.
With somebody like that, he just draws people in. People want to help him. And with that, the finished product that we can offer the town of Norton and surrounding communities if needed with emergency management is unbelievable.
Just the type of person that you can count on to fill the void, whatever that void is.
Not only does Ray do all the work in the background, but he's a delight to work with. He simply shows up and he does the job. He does it with a smile on his face. And he makes sure that everybody else is doing their job and doing that with a smile on their face.
He's the first one there and the last one to leave in a lot of cases.
He'll be the first one in and the last one out for any of the things that we do here. Ray is a leader. He's a resource, not just for us, but also for communities all around the state.
That's why I feel Ray is the most fit candidate for this, and I think a lot of other people agree with that.
And now, if I could, I would like to invite Ray to come forward. So the House of Representatives have sent along a proclamation that I would like to read.
Have I been deemed illegal?
Anyway. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Ray Cord in recognition of your community involvement in the town of Norton and having received the 2024 Norton Humanitarian Award. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all of your endeavors. And the Board of Directors of the Norton Media Center, on behalf of the town of Norton, would like you to have this two-piece. Be careful when you take it out.
Two-piece.
Two-piece. And this says, the glass says, you make the difference. Humanitarian of the Year 2024, Raymond Cord. Did you want to say anything?
Yes, I would.
Okay, let me hold these and you can do that.
Don't drop it.
No, sir.
Well, needless to say, I'm very overwhelmed, surprised, overwhelmed, anything other adjectives you want to throw at that. And I thank you for the support of our team and all the nice things that was said about me in the film. Your checks are in the mail. And thank you for Nate for being here from NEMA, and Michelle Ferreira from Easton Cert, thank you. And all of the team members that are here, and Jackie, MRC?
Yeah.
Medical Reserve Corps, okay, very good. Medical Reserve Corps too, okay, that's excellent. I can't forget Chief Simmons, because he has been an absolute rock solid supporter of emergency management since he became chief. And it's his support that has made our team successful, because he fights our battles when it comes to budgets, and he fights our battles when it comes to equipment and things like that. So I really, really appreciate his support for that. My wife, 59 years, 60 almost, okay. But who's counting?
I'm gonna get a trophy.
Yeah. You get a pension next year. But, we were talking earlier, one of the storms we had, I was called out, and she said, before you leave, make sure the generator has plenty of gas in it. And I think it did run out while I was out, and she called me on my cell phone, and of course I didn't answer it, which some of you know that problem, But anyway, she got on the ham radio, which she's not licensed to do, and called me on the radio. I didn't answer that either, but one of my friends did, and he got a hold of me and said that I needed to go home and regas the generator. So it's been an interesting ride. And just one minor correction. I want to recall that, several weeks ago, NEMA gave me a citation for 40 plus years of service in emergency management in Norton. It was actually, when I first moved here in '76, I didn't get involved until 1980. So, it's a little bit over 40 years. And back then it still was called civil defense when I first joined. But with 9/11 and the emphasis on terrorism and things like that, it evolved into emergency management and the multi-hazard approach that we know today. So for that, I couldn't have done it without the team. You know, there's no I in team. It's all of you people who made it successful and made me look good. So thank you for covering for me. And thank you for the award to the Board of Directors. And thank you for everybody for your support.
That does conclude our ceremony.